Hi everyone, I've been seeing these videos over my feed recently and I thought it could be fun to create my own. So today I want to share with you some niche things that I find effortlessly chic and I want to see if you'll agree. So I like to think of these like the small details, the subtle choices and the personal touches that make your style feel effortless and uniquely you. For me, I don't think being chic is necessarily about following the trends. In fact, I think it's actually quite the opposite. But I like to think of it in terms of being chic is about feeling confident and having quality pieces and the thoughtful little details that you do day to day, or, you know, it's almost the aesthetic of things. Being chic, I think, is really boiled down to being confident. And yeah, I think it's really about confidence, subtlety, and, you know, loving the little things that make your style uniquely yours. So let's start off with ultimate chic statement is confidence. Wearing what you love, speaking how you feel, and moving through life without apology. I don't think there's anything really more timeless than that and more chic. Owning who you are is probably one of the most chicest things that you can do or be. Being unapologetically you is perhaps the meaning of being chic. I think another thing that's also chic is embracing your natural hair colour and hair type. Of course, you can experiment with your hair colour and the way that you look and your appearance and everything, but I think being chic, or I like to think of, you know, owning who you are, embracing your natural colour, hair colour, and embracing the texture to your hair and really identifying with your hair and finding a way to, you know, deal with it. I think authenticity is chic in its purest form. Another thing which I think is chic, I know not all of you will agree, but I think putting on perfume for yourself is pretty chic. I like to do this typically every day, even if I'm not going out. I also like to do it before bed as well. I think it's really chic because you're wearing scent for yourself, not for anyone else. And it's almost like a small luxury. I think feels very intimate and almost elegant of sorts. I mean, for me, smelling nice thing elevates my mood. So yeah, I think it makes my day a little bit better when I smell something nice. Or yeah, it makes me feel a little bit nicer. Going into makeup and beauty chicness, for me, I mean, there's two things that come to on the top of my mind. First, no makeup, bold lip. I think that is so chic and classy, and particularly like no makeup or like a dewy face, like skincare done and a red lip. I think that is so chic and so cool. I also like almost the opposite. I like having like really dark eyes and dark eye makeup and then like a neutral kind of lip. I also think that is very chic and I think that can be done very well. It looks very like editorial as well and sometimes edgy, but I think that it can look really chic as well. The next thing, plain nails. Of course, you can have your nails however you want to have your nails. You don't even have to have them done at all. But I think that is why they are so chic, because you're owning your natural nails. Now, I mean, they're kind of plain. They're a little bit pink, but I think, yeah, making sure that your natural nails are healthy, and I think that is so chic. And I think, yeah, when they're short and like natural, I think that is just the epitome of chic, because they're, you know, your hands are being used, and understated nails are actually quite sophisticated as well. Clean or neutral tones nails almost speak volumes without trying too hard. And I'm not saying that, you know, bold nail colours are trying too hard, but I think just the understated natural or sheer shades almost feels that extra bit timeless and elevated and refined of sorts, and I think that personally that's very chic. Another thing I think is very chic is a side part. At the moment, my bangs aren't really allowing a side part to happen, but yeah, I think a side part is really chic, especially if it's like slicked. I think that can look really, really chic and really cool. Personally, accessories, thin wristwatches are really chic, and like a minimalist sort of watch is very subtle and refined and classy and useful, and I think, yeah, it's just like a small little detail that can elevate any sort of outfit. And yeah, it's actually like very useful. I mean, I've only recently really started wearing a watch nearly every day, and I do use it, and I'm not really on my phone to check the time because I can just, you know, use a watch for what it's for. But yeah, I think that having a watch is really chic. Adding on to that, I'm sure you noticed that like with my watch, I think silver jewellery is really, really chic. I know a lot of people think perhaps gold jewellery is that touch more elevated, but personally I love silver jewellery. I mean, I love gold as well, but I think gold jewellery serves a purpose, and I think silver jewellery serves a purpose, and same goes with any type of jewellery like rose gold or mixed metals or any type of jewellery. But personally, I love silver. I think silver is so chic and so cool, and I love wearing silver personally. Next accessory, which I think is pretty chic, is having a signature pen. Having a signature pen or a signature journal, I think is so chic. It's a little personal luxury that you get to have. You're writing with a pen, you love the way that it feels, and then you want to take it everywhere you go. I think that is so chic. Next thing, which I think is very, very chic, I actually saw a girl, and I'll put her name somewhere on the screen, but I saw a video of her talking about what she finds chic, and she mentioned this, and I think she is so true. Scarves, and particularly when they're wrapped around the head, I think are so chic. I mean, it doesn't really matter what type of material the scarf is. I think particularly silk scarves can look very vintage and very elegant and refined, and I think it can, yeah, elevate a look. I just like to think of if you were like in a convertible and you had the silk scarf on. But I also think scarves used as scarves, or scarves, you know, wrapped around the head, are also very chic because you're dressing for the weather, and that's what scarves are for, to keep you warm essentially, or yeah, to keep things modest. And scarves are so chic, especially when you're using them for their purpose as well. I think that is so chic. Another accessory which I think is so chic is specifically cat eye sunglasses, or I mean cat eye shaped glasses as well, or like the thin rectangle sunglasses. I think that they can look so cool and so effortlessly chic. I had my eyes on a pair of Chanel ones a few years ago, and I would still love to own them, but I think that that is so chic and I think it's timeless. I do love a pair of cat eye sunglasses, or like rectangle ones. Next thing, which I think is so chic, I personally think wearing gloves is very chic. Now, I know that is a debatable topic, but I think sliding on a pair of leather gloves or a pair of lace gloves, they can transform an outfit so quickly. Gloves are so chic, especially leather ones. And same thing as a scarf, which I said before. I think when you're using gloves or accessories for their purpose and for the weather, I think that is so chic. Next accessory, socks, can also add so much to an outfit, particularly white socks with different types of shoes. At the moment, I've been loving seeing white socks, grey socks, black socks, particularly with like flats or sandals or heels. I think that can look so chic. Rolling onto that, I think tights are also very chic as well, especially like this sheer 10, 15, 20 denier style tights. I think they can be super chic too. Moving on to footwear and bags, I think pointed shoes are chic. I think I've always thought this, or like a square toe heel. I think that can be really chic as well, but particularly I think pointed shoes can just add so much to an outfit. It can just dress up an outfit and elevate it to feeling elegant and classy, and because the point elongates the silhouette, I think that can even make casual outfits feel that little bit more polished. So going on from that, kitten heels. Kitten heels are so chic. I love kitten heels. I have a couple of pairs myself, and I think I will always have a couple of pairs in my wardrobe. The heel doesn't have to be too big. I preferably like to have, I don't know, a little heel on my kitten heels, but I think the same thing as what I said with the pointed shoes. I think they can just elevate an outfit, and specifically if they're like kitten heels that are like easy to slip on and off, I think, yeah, wearing them for the occasion or wearing them for the weather also makes them make sense, if you get me. But yeah, I love a pair of kitten heels. Also love a minimalist handbag, one particularly without big logos or big branding or anything like that. And I suppose adding on to that as well, I know a lot of bags have gold hardware on them, and of course they can look amazing, but I think silver hardware on a bag just adds an extra little bit of chicness. That's my personal opinion. I have a Coach handbag with silver hardware and I absolutely love it. Can I even say it? But I think, yeah, that, I'm looking at it right now, I think that handbag and minimalist sorts of handbags, particularly neutral colours like black or beige or white, can be so chic. And same thing, it can elevate an outfit tenfold instantly. Like as soon as you add a handbag, it's like. And I also think another thing which is chic is actually having things in your handbag which you need throughout the day. I think that is also very chic as well. Having items that you will use, it's not just an accessory. I think that's why the Birkin bag was so chic, because yeah, she was just carrying a basket around with everything that she had in it during the day, and that was the epitome of Jane Birkin. I could go on a whole tangent about Jane Birkin and the definition of chic, but we only have so much time during the day. Clothing and silhouette. So what I think is chic is a pencil skirt. I think they're chic. Structured, versatile, classic, professional, effortlessly stylish. Another chic fashion item is a big coat, or like a trench coat or a structured coat. And I also like big buttons as well. I think big buttons are kind of chic too. I think it just frames an outfit and it can save an outfit as well, and it can be the hero of the day. I think that that is chic, especially if you're like owning the jacket. Sometimes I feel like coats are wearing you instead of you wearing them, but I think if the person owns that they're wearing a coat, that is so chic and so cool. Another thing that I think is very chic is a full monochrome outfit, especially if it's black. I am a fan of a full black outfit, and if you know me, I'm sure you know that I frequently do that. But I think a black outfit head to toe is, I don't know, timeless, it's sleek, it's intentional, and it's almost like editorial. What I think is also chic, and I had mentioned it before, is dressing for the weather. I think dressing for the weather is smart, but it's also chic, because yeah, practicality doesn't mean that you're having to sacrifice your own style. I think chic is knowing how to be elegant and how to be comfortable, and no matter the season or no matter the weather, I think, yeah, it's just so chic to be comfortable. I think that's really what it boils down to. Small details and finishing touches. Having quality basics. When you're investing in essentials that you will typically wear from day to day, they make the outfit shine and they make you shine. And I think it's about the quality is just ultimately chic. And I think that you're not necessarily investing in fast fashion either. So I think that's also a chic quality as well. I think you can tell the difference, and you can feel the difference when you are wearing a quality piece. Another thing which I think is super chic, which probably goes into the accessories part, tortoiseshell accessories is so chic. I used to have a pair of tortoiseshell eyeglasses, and particularly the dark tortoiseshell just works. It always pops up in any sort of accessory, in claw clips, in jewellery and eyeglasses, in belts, and all types of accessories. We keep seeing tortoiseshell come back, and I think that there's a reason for that. I think that it's timeless and elegant and chic, and it can pair really nicely with pretty much everything because of the different shades in it. I just really like tortoiseshell. It's a warm and classic detail that's understated but defined, and I think that's really chic. The last couple of things that I find really chic, and they're very niche, are old perfume bottles, like vintage perfume bottles. The glassware, I think is so chic. And I mean, I could even go as far as saying like the old vintage medicine bottles. I think that they're really chic as well, and I think it's another chic quality too if you are reusing them for a different purpose. I think that that's very chic. Another chic thing that is very niche is like having a coffee and a baked good and reading a book or a newspaper at a cafe. I think that that is very chic, but that is also very niche. So those are the little things that I find effortlessly chic. There's everything from accessories and clothing to mindset and small personal luxuries. I don't think it's necessarily about trends or flashy statements. I think it's more about authenticity and honesty and thoughtfulness, and you know, a style that feels like it's uniquely you. I would love to hear what your little niche chic obsessions are in the comments, and if you agree with any of mine or if you want any more. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that jazz for more to come. Bye guys.